In this video, we're going to talk about how real estate wholesaling changed my life. How wholesaling real estate changed my life. Stay tuned. Hey my friend, this is Ola coming to you live from myEmpirePRO studios on the road as usual. On this video, we're going to talk about how wholesaling real estate changed my life. I'm going to share one story here and there with you, but before we dive into that, I do have a question, a very long question, elaborate question that came in today. I have a little bit of struggle reading this, but I'm going to try again and then we're going to dissect it together. Is that fair? So somebody says, hey everybody, so my partner and I proceeded to go driving for dollars, D for D, okay, and came across this property in Live Oak, San Antonio. This property is obviously vacant, and we went door to door in every direction asking if they knew who the owner was. Unfortunately, they didn't, but somebody did say it has been vacant for over 10 years. But there's somebody who comes in every few weeks to mow the grass. We skip traced the property and got their phone number, but nobody answered. And after sending out emails to 4 different addresses, we found out that all emails no longer exist. All right. Does anybody know how to find people who don't want to be found in this scenario? Okay, note that people who don't want to be found in this scenario. We know the owner would be 89 this year, and that they have a child who is 30 years, but no way to contact them. Any advice will be much appreciated. All right. So let's dive into this, right? So basically what you're experiencing here is a situation where people don't have options, okay? I always tell people this is attraction marketing. You must use attraction marketing as we move forward into the new age. You must be attracting your prospects and your leads to you. It just puts you in a very much powerful and much appreciated position. If you end up in a position other than this, you have to beg. There's nothing wrong with selling. Sometimes I find myself having to sell you on my idea. As a matter of fact, I'm selling you the idea of attraction marketing right now, okay? But you came to this video, okay? The title intrigued or piqued your interest, or you've been following us, so you really want this information. I'm in a better position to sell you stuff. It's easier for me to sell you the idea I'm selling you right now, attraction marketing, because you already know me. Chances are you like and you trust me, right? Because I show up every day with a new video, right? So in the same token, in your business, the same thing applies, okay? So when you don't have options, you come out very desperate and your energy shows it. And what does that have to do with driving for dollars and skip tracing and looking for the owner of this property? Well, when you put yourself in a position that you're stuck on one property for much too long, okay, the amount of work you put into skip tracing any property information should not be more than at most 7 to 10 minutes. If finding this person information is more than 7 to 10 minutes, you're wasting your time, okay, and you are basically creating a habit that is very non-profitable, okay? Because basically every time you spend 2 hours on looking for the owner of a property, you have to spend another 2 hours, and most leads that will come on your table, most leads you write down from your driving for dollars are not going to turn out to be deals. That's just a fact of life. Never mind the testimony of the person that closed a deal from driving for dollars. It doesn't matter. They got lucky, okay? They got lucky. That's what that was. But let's say your best way of coming up with all these leads is driving for dollars. Just understand that driving for dollars, the properties you write down from driving for dollars, they're not leads because you don't have the contact information for the owner yet. The only thing you can consider leads are the contact information of a potential owner, okay? And you shouldn't have to spend no more than 7 to 10 minutes finding that kind of information. If you have to, you could have spent that much time finding the next 20 leads. Okay, you could have spent that much, like 1/20th of that, to get 20 more leads. The idea here is for you to generate leads into a pipeline where you have options, where you don't have to dwell too much on one lead, knowing for a fact that most leads are never going to turn to a deal. Okay, so when you know that this is a numbers game, you keep your pipeline full and you treat every lead equally. Basically, a lead is a contact information. You call them and say, I have an offer for your property, I'm interested in your property. You need to be doing that multiple times a day, multiple times in a week. But how are you going to do that multiple times in a week if you're stuck on one property looking for this owner, and you're still coming here to post this and say, how else can you post this? Most skip tracing technology can only pull so much for you. It's a percentage of the numbers that will come back. Out of the numbers that will come back and email addresses that will come back, is only a percentage of that will be real, that will be valid. You don't want to get stuck on any one single property or any type of property. You want to keep it moving as fast as possible because success loves speed. So now with that being said, I want to break this down a little bit further and analyze what the mindset here is for you and how to switch your mindset so you can create a profitable mindset in the game. Okay, so my partner and I proceeded to go driving for dollars. I'm not a fan of driving for dollars. It's a waste of gas, and unless you're going that direction already. I do write down for sale by owners. I do write down addresses of a vacant property, but I don't just go out just to do that. If I'm on my way and I see something that looks familiar, I will write it down, and then I will call that number. Of course, I'll do that, okay? Because I'm already going that way anyway. But I don't just drive for dollars. It's not a marketing strategy, in my opinion. It's a waste of resources because you can learn better skills. You can learn a lot more effective and efficient, better skills, and get people calling you as opposed to wasting your gas and your brakes. Okay. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means it's not efficient. It's not the most effective way. Yes, you're one deal closer to changing your life. I get that. However, most leads from driving for dollars will never turn to a deal. That's just a fact of life. So, and also you're going to get tired of it. It doesn't position you for consistency. And you know that the number one secret of this game is to position yourself for consistency, because consistency is hard. So don't put yourself in a position where you're going to get tired of the whole process and quit on yourself. You're watching this video, chances are you already quit multiple times because you're driving for dollars. That's tiring. That's discouraging. If you drive for dollars for 3 days and no deals comes out of that, you get tired and then you quit on yourself. That's because you positioned yourself in a place where when when it's deferred, it makes the heart weak. That's part of the scriptures, okay? So don't put yourself in that position, because there are better ways to do things, and I cover them mostly in the book, Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. You have to be smart about this. You can get that from smartrealestatewholesaling.com. So let's keep going here. This property is obviously vacant, and we went door to door in every direction asking. So you're walking door to door asking who owns the property. Think about that. Is that really the most efficient way of using your time? It's not, okay? Door to door asking if they knew who the owner was. Do you think the successful guru that's shooting videos for you on YouTube telling you to do this, do you think they actually do that? No, they don't, okay? They don't. If they ever do that, they have a camera following them, because they know that 1,000 people is going to buy into that nonsense, and they're going to make money from selling you something else, okay? So you got to be wise about this. Unfortunately, they didn't, but somebody did say it has been vacant for over 10 years, but there's somebody who comes in every few weeks to mow the grass. We skip traced the property and got their phone number. If you don't know what skip tracing means, there's a few services, you can Google it, called skip tracing, that basically based on the address of the property, they go out there and search all the information they can find about the property. That's somebody else doing that for you. That's why I said finding that information should not take you personally no more than 7 to 10 minutes. For me, it takes me a second. If I do a quick Google and I can't find that information, I'm moving on. And with my strategies, I don't look for that information. The owners call me and give me that information. It shows on my caller ID first. Okay? with my strategies. If you want such strategies, go into the book smartrealestatewholesaling.com and download the book. It's free. There's also audiobook available, and there's paperback as well. All right, let's keep going here. So got their phone number, but nobody answered. And after sending out emails to 4 different addresses, we found out that the emails no longer exist. You know why? Because most of the data that comes from skip tracing are old information and data that's been passed from hand to hand, that's been sold back and forth with people. Yes, you can find very valid information, but after you find the information, now you have to cold call them and then try to sell them on the property on talking to you on why are you calling them or stalking them to find this information. I prefer when they call me and they actually want my services, or they want what I have to offer for their property. Don't you prefer that when you have leads coming in and they're calling you? It's just a lot more easier, okay, and a lot more effective, efficient, and a lot more cheaper overall, okay? So let's keep going. So of course, most of the email addresses you're gonna find are not gonna exist. Most of the phone numbers are gonna be disconnected phone numbers, or a number that's been sold to somebody else by Verizon. No, just so you know. Does anybody know how to find people who don't want to be found in this scenario? Now, why would you want to find people who don't want to be found? Now think about it. We all have to sell at some point. How harder is your selling going to be if you're stalking people who don't want to be found, as opposed to getting people to call you? The people that are calling you want to be found. Obviously, in fact, they can't wait to talk to you. That's why I call it attraction marketing. But you over here, you're buying into a guru, say just go call and sell. Is just selling. No, you have to sell anyway, but you need to position yourself so you don't have to do so much selling. Okay, you're chasing after people who don't want to be found. Think about that. You're making your life harder. Okay, we know the owner would be 89 this year. That's stalking activities. Okay, and the son is 30 years old, but no way to contact them. I mean, you're basically doing forensic investigations over here, and there's no profit in it. There's no wholesaling profit in that, okay? Your job as a wholesaler is marketing. Let's be clear about that. Yes, you do collect some data, but you don't narrow in or zoom in on one person and start acting very stalkish. It's just very stalkish. But if people respond to your marketing while you blast out marketing message, whoever responds, you dig deeper. Of course, you dig deeper. You follow up. That's what we call digging and going into depth, into relationship with anybody who will respond. If people haven't responded to you, they're just equal data, and you should have as many of that coming through your pipeline on a regular basis, and basically they should be the one giving you that information, and then you're playing that game, not playing it safe, but in a way that's a lot more enjoyable, that puts you in a position of consistency, and you can do that over and over again, and this game is a lot more enjoyable that way. Okay, so if you want to learn how to do that, just go to smartrealestatewholesaling.com and download the book Smart Real Estate Wholesaling, and hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Smash that like button if I said anything that made sense to you today, and share this with everyone you know that may like this video, and comment your questions below, and I'll see you on the next one, and peace.